Welcome everybody, just Mike here. Anyway, today we have a United clock. It's a vintage clock and it has a bell that doesn't make the noise, but it swings as the movement runs. It's an electric clock. And let me show you one of the reasons why maybe they got rid of it, besides they got tired of the clock. So this is the clock. You can see it's moving. And it's noisy. A couple reasons why it's noisy is this is a plastic clock. Everything's pretty much plastic on here. This needs to be repaired. But this here has a wood block in there that swings on a piece of metal in there, which I'll show you that. And realistically, all you need to do is wax it. One nut is missing. You can see it's been splattered with paint. That's why I say they kind of got tired of the clock, possibly. You have to hold the face in. So this actually kind of needs to come out. It doesn't really have to if you're just going to work on this one part. And this here rocks back and forth. I see it's got dead flies in here and whatnot too. So underneath here, right there's a wood block. You just separate this a little bit and the block will fall out. And see, it's got these little metal tabs here that make this thing, make the bell or the wood block hold in. For the bell itself, you can tell where they sprayed it. You need to turn it so it looks right. Anyway, the bell itself, like I say, I'd wax this end and make it smoother. I'm going to go ahead and wax this now. We'll put it back in, even though I haven't cleaned this yet, but we'll put it back in and see if that stopped the noise. This eagle, as you can see, it's loose. Look up inside and you can see there's a nut in there that's ready to fall off. This is a metal eagle. So let me take it inside and give this a good cleaning and see just what it looks like. Now I plan on waxing it with this. I'm going to spray it on the rag first and then wipe this down. The main reason why, it's going to give it a little bit of a newer look, but it does have wear or scratches or however you want to put it on here, and that should hopefully doll that up just a little bit. This also gives you a better view of where that block of wood sits that the bell clicks into and swings. On this motor here, you don't have to take the hands off and everything if you just want to take the motor out. There's a nut there, there, and there. Take those off and you should be able to pop the motor out. This one here actually has a plastic gear inside here, so it's not that hard to clean this one where you got to watch it if it's got the fiber gear. I'm going to go ahead and take those nuts off, take the motor off, just to show you what's there. So here's the motor. They've got a little bit of grease right here, in which I guess the grease is going to be okay as long as it gets down in there. What this is not worth taking apart. There's a piece of, doesn't look brass to me here, but normally this is brass with a hole punched through it, and that's where the rod goes around for the motor. And so it's good to put a drop of oil there, or grease as they got it. And if you want to get underneath this here, you have to pry this gear straight off, and usually prying it up, it'll pull this out to where you can get and oil that one also. Now on some of these, if you'll look inside the hole as you turn it, which are usually the holes are bigger on the type I'm talking about, but there'll be a little place where you can put oil because it's got a piece of felt there, and the felt gets filled with oil and will lube this. Now, if you ask me, this clock is pretty clean inside, and so it's been serviced before, just that the bell never got the wax to it, and so that's why it was so noisy. So anyway, now that I have this off, I'm going to go ahead and go through here and put drops of oil where necessary to keep this thing lubed up a little bit. I already snuck a drop in there, and I'm going to have to just look to see if there's any other places I can put it without taking this whole thing apart. Now we're ready to install the movement. We need that rod to go inside the bell. This fits down in. Then you got to get your two rods here you're supposed to put nuts on. Got to get that level, and then it'll just pop right in. Like I say, I only have one nut, so I'm going to have to get another nut for this. Finger tight that. It doesn't really take much anyway. Now in the center here is the motor, and I can see whether it's running or not because this clock doesn't have a second hand. I can tell it's not running. So I need to check it out why. Oh, I see the bell is shoved clear up. There we go. You see it's still running right there. So make sure when you're closing this, the wire nuts and everything aren't touching your motor because that will stop it. So here we go, no more squeak. Don't hear the clock running. That's what most people want. A lot of people can't stand the ticking of a clock or anything else, and I can see where this could have irritated the heck out of them. So there you go. We were able to quiet down the clock, and now it's a really nice clock. and interesting because the bell does swing. That would catch your eye maybe. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe because it's free. And until next time, God bless.